Hello, in this video, I'll explain the concept of hoisting in JavaScript, both variable hoisting and functional hoisting. If you're looking for comprehensive tutorial to understand hoisting in JavaScript, this tutorial will guide you. Let's begin now. Welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss hoisting in JavaScript. Hoisting is a behavior in JavaScript where the variable declarations and functions are moved to the top of their scope during compiling phase. And this means like these variables, once they are moved to the top, you can access them or you can call the function. There are certain issues that we need to remember when you're dealing with hoisting. I would like to outline them as we discuss and test out code. In this video, we are looking at hoisting. So one of the things that we need to remember when dealing with hoisting is we have variable hoisting, then the second is function. The behavior of variable hoisting and function hoisting is different. Then something that you also don't want to forget is the difference in hoisting variables that use var and those that use let. What's the difference? One will give a reference error and the other one will be undefined. We are going to get to that. Hoisting is simply we push whatever we declare down here, we push it to the top during the compiling phase, meaning that it's going to be, you can use this variable or call that function before it's declared. That's the baseline. Let me begin with the variable hoisting. We can do something like console.log, we log x which is a variable which we have not yet declared, so we've begun by using it, then we declare it later, then we get undefined. We're getting undefined. That's how it's supposed to work. We can use this variable before we have declared it. So that's the concept of variable hoisting. We're going to revisit this particular point once we come to the third point where we look at the difference between hoisting of var and let. Then how about function hoisting? Function hoisting works in a similar way as variable hoisting, but the difference is you can call the function and we are going to print something on the console. While this variable hoisting is giving us undefined, this variable has already been initialized. You can test it. In an example, we can do something like we can reassign its value since the value is undefined. And undefined means like the variable has been declared but has not been given the value. We can reassign the value to 20 in this example, then continue using it in the script. For example, we can now reassign the value as 20 above here. Then here we do just 20 times 4 and we log 80. We are declaring the variable way later, but we have already begun using the variable and we have even reassigned the value. So that's how hoisting using var works. But for let, as you're going to see in the last part, it's going to always cause a reference error because it's not going to be initialized as var. Back to functional hoisting. So we can call a function like message. Then after we call the function, now we define the function. Then inside here, we return hello hoisted function. Then we need to, instead of return, we can simply log this. Then once we call the message, we get this. I need to get rid of this. So we are calling the function before we create it. So that's function hoisting. And we can display the message as you can see on the screen here. This would be different if we use the arrow syntax. The arrow syntax and then use a let keyword is of course going to give us a reference error. What do I mean? If we change this to let message be equal to, then we turn this into an arrow function. We've changed this into an arrow function. This will not work because now in this case we are dealing with a variable here. It's going to give us a reference error as you can see on the screen. The last part is hoisting difference between var and let. So I'll use the same example, or I can just create a new example. Suppose we create a variable, let y be equal to 55. Then we console y. That's the normal way, where we declare a variable, then we use it. it gives us 55. What if we declare this variable later? It's going to give us a reference error. Why? Because this variable has been hoisted just like var, it's been hoisted, but it has not been initialized. That's the difference between var and let hoisting. So I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, kindly consider giving it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you. I hope by the end of this video, you now understand the concept of hoisting in JavaScript. If you found value in this video, kindly consider giving it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you.